Hey everyone, I'm Steven here with Tiny House Listings, and today I wanted to give you a quick tour of this 24-foot tiny house that we recently completed, and we are now building tiny houses in Wilmington, North Carolina. So Tiny House Listings is actually building tiny houses now, and so I wanted to give you a quick tour, so let's go. So I thought I'd take you around the tiny house really quick and show you the facilities. This is just a simple water inlet. This is how the entire tiny house is fed water, and down here is where the black water and gray water is dispelled from the house. So you can hook that up to any standard RV flexible hose, or you can plumb it right into the city water or into a septic, depends on what you have. And power is supplied to the entire tiny house through this 50 amp receptacle. So you just plug your 50 amp plug in right here. This is one that has an adapter, which you can use as well, or you can plug it directly into a 50 amp circuit, depending on how you want to do it. You can even go solar through here, but it just goes in there, and that's how you have power to the entire tiny house. The tiny house is heated and cooled through this 12,000 BTU mini split, and the house is very well insulated, so you have no problem keeping this tiny house cool or warm anywhere in the continental United States. And then on the front side to the rear, we added a standard receptacle, GFI. So if you have anything outside that you need to plug in, for example, if you decided to put a deck here or anything you need outdoor power for, you can just plug into here. And then on the front here, we also added a water outlet. So if you need a water hose for anything around the house, spraying things off or watering your plants, whatever it happens to be, you can just plug a standard water hose into this outlet and have fresh water. And also above the entry door, you can see that there is an exterior light. So this will be good when you're coming into the tiny house at night. You'll have a little bit of light to see how to get in. Now on this tiny house, we use two different types of siding. Vinyl, board and batten, and then right here is LP Smart Siding, which is a 50-year product. Both of these are very, very good options to side your house. And another thing I should mention as well is this tiny house is NOAA/ANSI certified. A lot of tiny house communities are requiring that tiny houses be certified, and financing agencies want to see that a house is certified. So every tiny house that we build here at Tiny House Listings is certified. Also wanted to mention that this tiny house is sitting on a deck over trailer. That means that the deck sits above the wheels. And the good thing about this is, well, this tiny house doesn't have a sleeping loft above. It only has a storage loft. You'll see that in a second. But it also is great because a tiny house that sits lower, you have to build a box inside of the living room for your tiny house. And that has its benefits, but for this particular model, we don't do that, because then you don't have the box sitting inside of the living room that protects the wheels from the elements outside, and it prevents having that inside and having to chop off the back legs of your couch, for example, and many other issues that you could run into. All right, so now that I showed you the exterior, let's go inside and we'll check it out. So welcome to the inside of the tiny house. This is a 24-foot tiny house. And the whole idea behind this tiny house is that we polled over 200,000 people. We asked a series of questions, and we built this tiny house around that. So we're not a builder that is building something that we want you to like. We found out what you liked, and we built something based around that. So the tiny house has downstairs sleeping, which the vast majority of people want. And then it also has a living area. So the bedroom area accommodates a queen size bed very easily. And it has plenty of storage throughout to store your clothes and other belongings that you have. There is also a storage loft above the bathroom to store plenty of your items. And then underneath, if you want, you can also store items underneath the bed. And then on this side, we've also included a power outlet, so you can hang a TV here. And what we would recommend, of course you can do whatever you want, would be to have it on a swivel. So when you're laying in bed, if you want to watch TV, you could watch it here and then turn it this way. And so when you're sitting on the couch, you can watch TV from that area. Also, this particular tiny house has an apartment size fridge, but if you wanted, you could do as more of a smaller fridge, dorm style, and have some counter space above that, and that would give you a little bit of extra counter space. You can also use this area right here as a sitting area. Put yourself a little bistro table. We haven't staged this tiny house for that, but you could absolutely do that there. So moving on to the kitchen area, this is a stained butcher block. You could have a butcher block any color you want. It has a very deep stainless steel sink, and we have floating shelves above to put all your dishes or whatnot. Also a nice size cabinet here to put food. Plenty of storage underneath the kitchen. And we have two GFI outlets. And over here we have a 2-burner cooktop, electric cooktop. Now, with these tiny houses, you could either we get two flavors. You can do the hot water heater and the cooktop in electric, or both of those two in propane. A lot of people who want to go off-grid tend to go with the propane, because it uses more electricity to heat hot water and to cook. So yeah, the kitchen in this tiny house is very functional. You can prepare meals, do whatever it is you need to do. In the bathroom, we have a nice size vanity and we have a flush toilet. If you decided that you're going off grid and you wanted a compost toilet, we would still plumb the bathroom up for a flush toilet and just remove that flush toilet, and where the flange is, we would put the compost toilet right on top of that. So if you ever decided to sell the tiny house in the future, or if you moved on grid, you could absolutely just remove that compost toilet and put yourself a flush toilet right on top of that. Another shot of the vanity. Very, very functional, and there's storage beneath. Then on the side we have a one-piece shower. This one's a 36. You can do 32 inch as well to free up more space in the rest of the house if you like. We also have a bathroom fan to vent out all of the moisture in the bathroom. There's a storage loft above the bathroom to put your items that you perhaps don't use every day, that you just need to get every now and then. We don't have a ladder or stairs up there because in this unit we're afraid that it would just take away too much floor space. So what we recommend are those standard telescoping ladders that you could just stow away anywhere you want, and just just open that up whenever you need it to retrieve those items up there in the loft. So with this particular floor plan and all of the other sizes, we do 18 footers of these, we do 24 footers, and we also have a 28 footer. And the 18 footer, it just takes away this living area basically, and over here in this area you would perhaps get a day bed that would also serve as a couch and run this way. On the 28 footer, exact same layout, but you just have 4 more feet of living space. But this particular unit is excellent for 1 to 2 people living full-time. Airbnb is an investment, or a guest house, a getaway house, something like that. But we wouldn't recommend this layout for a family. It's only suited for 1 to 2 people. So thank you for watching the tour. If you are interested in learning more information or perhaps purchasing one of these tiny houses that Tiny House Listings is building, see the contact information down below. And thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed. See you on the next video.